Hey, everybody, welcome to another night of What's Cooking in the South. Let's talk Buccaneer football. Let's have some fun. Hey, everybody, how we doing? Happy birthday, Tom Brady. Tom freaking Brady. He is 44 years old. That dude's 44 years old, and everybody's talking less about his birthday this year. I think this is what his cake looks like. I'm pretty sure that's the team gathering around Tom Brady's birthday cake with a candle for every year. But the funny thing is, when you listen to the media, they are talking less and less about Tom Brady's his arm strength, whether or not he's lost it, gone over a cliff. You don't hear anything about it anymore. Not a peep. Everybody's just talking about, can the Bucs repeat? No more talk about Tom Brady's arm. No more talk about Tom Brady's age. No more talk about any of that from the media, which I think is interesting because, I mean, if you remember last year, I would say at least 50% of the people were busy talking about how they think he was done. And nobody's saying a word now. 44 years old. Hey, Tapazio, how you doing? What'd you have for dinner, brother? Or sister? I don't really know who you are. That's what I want to know from all of you, by the way. You are in the intersection of food and football and fun. Welcome. It's we like to have a good time here talking about all of my favorite things. So there's tons of Buccaneer stuff to talk about. There's tons of food stuff to talk about. There's tons to talk about, period. So let's have a fun night here. Let's talk Bucs. Let's talk training camp. I mean, they are well into training camp now. We're not just knocking on the door of training camp anymore. Now we are into training camp. Now we're getting into the dog days of training camp. These are probably some of the hardest days because there's no game. There's no, they're just knocking heads against the same people day after day after day. I saw there was a brawl at the Giants camp that caused them to end practice. So I'm thinking, I really kind of doubt that. I mean, I think it's difficult for them. I think right now is the toughest time of camp. And what I like about the fact that this is the toughest time in camp and that everybody still seems focused. Everybody, you hear drive from everybody. And that's something I like. Hold on, we got somebody to add to the stream here. One of the miscreants is first in line. Steven Blaster.
What up, bro?
Friend.
How you doing?
Outside of Bucky's, awesome.
I love Bucky's, bro.
Yeah,
I love them.
and
I love
it says, and it starts with Buck.
It's a beautiful thing.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. For people who've never been to Bucky's, I'm kind of doing a little man on the street thing here. Real
this
quick,
is
if you don't
awesome.
mind. But people who've never been to Bucky's, this is like the best gas station / food mart / clothes mart / brisket / pork sandwich / excellent bathroom / it's amazing. It is my favorite, by far my favorite gas station, and they're very, very few and far between. But just kind of look behind me real quick. It's a huge store. That's just one set of pumps over there. That's just another set of pumps. What was that, ma'am? I am enjoying. We have a happy Bucky's customer right here. Is Bucky's awesome or what? Yes, it is. Bucky's is phenomenal. I'm telling you, you got a one-stop shop for everything, bro. I'm telling you, it's awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably grab like a brisket sandwich. The brisket here is, mwah, it's amazing, and probably some pork and something else that'll probably kill me, but it don't matter. And have a good time.
Steven, this is awesome. I want pictures. After you have that, I want pictures, brother.
Yes, I tell you what, I'm going to go in real quick, and if you don't mind, I'll turn off my camera for a little bit here and my mic. But when I turn it back on, I'm going to be standing in front of the brisket heaven. They also have, oh, it's going to be awesome, bro. It's going to be fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you, Steven.
You got it.
Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. How about that? And now to follow that up, we've got the dude. This is turning into a nice little start. How you doing, dude?
Good. I'm not standing in front of brisket. I'm sitting on my arse.
On your ass.
Arse is good, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet.
Fred Swayze had spaghetti. How you doing, Fred Swayze Moore? Welcome. And Carrie, hello, Carrie. Carrie, what'd you have for dinner? You have to start with that. That's what we do here. That is what we do. Hey, Teresa, how are you doing? The Ms. Green herself is here. Everybody's lining up and coming in. Comment, guys. Comment. We love comments. Those things help us. Hit the share button and the like button. Sorry, dude. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just kind of here to hang out, man, and have some fun. I'm here so I don't get fined. I'm also here to chew bubble gum. The other thing I'm too lazy to do.
That takes too much work.
So here's what I did tonight for dinner.
What'd you do?
Fried up a pound of bacon.
Yep.
Okay. Grabbed 2 boxes of Velveeta shells and cheese, right?
Uh-huh.
Boiled the noodles, threw the packet in there with the cheese, sliced some more off the extra brick of Velveeta I have, throw some extra cheese in there, crumbled the crispy bacon in there, stirred it up, and went, you know what? I don't need a protein. I'm good here.
Yeah, there's a little bit of protein in bacon. It's not all fat.
Yeah, so I had macaroni, cheese, and bacon because I'm an American.
That's dinner. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Christopher Cole, what'd you have for dinner, my friend? That is awesome. It's Tom Brady's birthday. Tom freaking Brady, 44, and nobody's talking about it. You know what's funny?
Hey,
he turns 43.
It's bad. I'm going to reset my connection. It's bad. I'll be right back.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's that I think is what a good kickoff to the show. What'd you have, Carrie? Mini wontons from Costco. Wow, I've never had those. Almost to die for. You're still on a diet. All right, not to diet for. Okay, Carrie. All right, awesome. I'm gonna have to try those mini wontons. So here's the deal, guys. I am very fascinated, I think, by the fact that it just really fascinates me that nobody's talking Brady's age this year. Everybody last year was talking. When Tom Brady turned 43, it was the news. It was breaking news. Oh my God, he's 43 years old. He's over the hill. He can't do it again. A few people were like, yeah, he's still good to go. He's Tom Brady. But for the most part, it was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And now, all of a sudden, nobody's talking about Brady's age. Nobody's saying a word about Brady's age. Oh, hold on. We
Hey.
Inside Bucky's. What do we have?
Oh man,
hold on. Let me get comfortable. Oh, okay. Go ahead now, baby.
I got something to show you guys real quick here. Hold on a second. Let me see. Can I flip my camera here? Well, let me just do this. Let me show you here real quick. This is the brisket and pork area. Hello, we got some. That is right. It's phenomenal. Yeah, I'm on the Bucs report out of Florida, out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they like it because it's named after Buck. You know, we named Bucky's after Bucs, Tampa Bay Bucs. And they just, which one should I get? They got all kinds of cool stuff here.
I would like this one, the brisket.
What's this one? The chopped brisket. Oh, bro, the chopped brisket. Hold on. Chopped brisket sandwich right there, bro.
Winner.
Right there. There we go. Thank you, bro.
How many can you fit in your pocket?
Oh, this is the sliced brisket, so there is a difference.
Look how big that one is.
Yo, yeah, I'm going for the slice. Go sliced. Go sliced.
Brisket. Okay, sliced brisket. That's the one I'll grab right
Look
there.
at that. That thing is beautiful.
It's as big as your head.
Check it out. Oh, a second. You can read it. Yeah.
Oh, no, that is beautiful.
And Isn't that cool? That's pretty cool
that's
right
awesome.
there.
That
And
is
then you
awesome.
got some chips for people who want to die of cholesterol. And the food here is amazing.
Yeah. Versus that giant brisket sandwich.
Yes. Okay. And there you go. Here we go. We got this barbecue turkey sandwich. I'm not sure if you can read that or not, but this right here is amazing. Look at this. This is a sausage on a stick. Check that out,
I am a
bro.
little turned on right now. I have to.
That's way better than a jalapeno on a stick.
It's terrible for me to say that. Yeah.
That thing, hey.
Yeah.
There went our rating.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Where's the sound effect, Rick?
Yeah, I know. I don't have it hooked up tonight. I know.
Oh man.
I know. I wanted to do it.
And by the way, guys, I've had that. That thing is fantastic.
It looks good.
Oh yeah.
Barbecue turkey sandwich here. Ooh, look at this one's a big one here. This pulled pork barbecue sandwich here.
Oh, dude, grab at least one of those.
Okay, I'll get one of those too.
I mean,
that's two
midnight
sandwiches.
snack.
Pulled pork right here, almost as big as my head.
I am really seriously like this is awesome.
And if you guys don't want anything like me, hello everybody, I'm alive.
I'm in mid fat.
Got like thousands of people watching right now. They want to check out Bucky's. If you guys don't want something like with meat in it, like the sandwiches they got some kolaches here.
Oh my gosh, look at this place. And everybody right now is thinking they're a sponsor and they're not. This is not a commercial, guys. This is what this show's all about. It's all about food and football and fun.
And they're looking
looks
at
like
you
a little bit of food and fun.
They're looking at you, Steven, going, "What do you mean Buccaneers?"
Right. Yeah. Are those things on the side of your bucket head?
Yeah, I honestly don't care. What's great about I got on my Apple AirPod Pros, so I can't hear anything anyone else is saying. They could be cursing me out because I said Buccaneers, but it wouldn't matter. It's awesome. Like here's some more of the sweets, and look at that cake balls, dude.
Oh boy, this is just wow. Our ratings are shot. We've gone straight adult. I mean, at least in our thoughts. If thought bubbles were real, I would be fired.
And by the way, if that's not enough, they have homemade fudge. Hey guys, how you guys doing? I'm online.
Wait a minute. Is that a fudge packer?
That's fudge. I'm not going to say that, but but these guys make fudge.
Oh, this place is awesome. This place is awesome.
Hi, you're alive.
They don't have them here. They don't have them here. I'm not even sure we're allowed to do that and go live like that, so we better be careful.
Look at it.
You need to go ask the manager why there isn't one in Tampa.
Yeah, or where am I, Charlotte? I've totally forgot where I'm at right now.
Red velvet fudge, peanut butter chocolate fudge.
That is
crazy.
Awesome.
These ladies are getting ready to buy me some. They're so sweet. It's really nice. And check it out. The store, there's clothes.
This is the best commercial Buc-ee's has ever had, and they didn't pay a dime.
Yeah, there's clothes here. There's knickknacks. There's all kinds of stuff, bro. The
awesome.
first time I ever came to this place, I was like, I think I died and went to heaven.
Yeah, no joke.
It's
no
awesome.
joke.
So I just wanted to share that with you really quick. Oh, wait, hold on. If you ever come to Buc-ee's, for all you guys who ever find one, you gotta get these cashews, these candied cashews, or the candy.
Oh, those are the things that smell so good when you're in a mall or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, those things are amazing. Awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm gonna buy this stuff and I'm gonna eat, and I'll contact you guys back in a few minutes.
We want pictures. We want pictures of that sandwich.
Yeah. Okay, take some pictures and make sure you leave some barbecue sauce around your mouth because that way we know.
All right, man. See you in a bit.
I'm so glad that people in here can't hear you, bro. But
Cowboys suck.
I'll contact you in a few.
All right. That's awesome. That is not a paid endorsement, folks. That's just that's real. That's interesting. I got to go to Buc-ee's. Oh man.
All right, so now my dinner doesn't sound so great.
All I had was pizza, so
Well, dude, pizza, you can never say it like that. You can come back with, well, I had pizza.
Yeah.
So boom. But yeah, I've got macaroni.
It wasn't good pizza. It was just.
I'm like, well, pizza, I got macaroni and cheese, and nope, Glassgrass to come on and be like, I have pulled pork and brisket sandwiches and candy pecans
Yeah.
and baked goods. And I'm like, oh.
So
Anyway,
okay, back to back to Brady. Do you agree with me? It's weird how last year everybody was absolutely going nuts about the fact that he turned 43 years old. What's that?
I said it's weird.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. We got Johnny Dean to add.
Whoa, look at
A
that.
year ago, a year ago, guys, it went from he was the news. He was him being over the hill, 43. You can't play at 43. Blah blah blah. Over the cliff. There were every analogy you can find was drawn. Noodle arm. We heard it all. Weak arm. It's too late. What are the Bucs doing? Blah blah blah. Nobody's talking about his arm this year. Nobody's saying, is he too old? I mean, is that not just phenomenal? And here's a guy coming off surgery at this age, and nobody's talking about that stuff.
He's a cyborg.
Johnny.
What's up?
Hey man, are you listening to any of that or no?
Yeah, I'm just really disappointed in myself today because I threw 3 interceptions.
Okay.
Is that
Wow.
and I want to say this because Johnny, you and I had a little bit of an interesting conversation back and forth about Tom Brady throwing tantrums,
Right?
and how like you brought up how a year or two ago, 3 years ago, if Tom Brady threw a tantrum like that, everybody would have said it was horrible, and now everybody's perfectly fine with it. And it's all perspective.
Perfectly fine with it. Other people use it to just see he ain't changed a bit. Blah 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 blah.
Well, I hope he hasn't changed.
No, that's why we have a ring because he didn't change.
I'm just saying that other fans still view Brady as that crybaby that throws his helmets and all that stuff.
Dude, we also know he can punt. He punted the ball like 40 yards.
Yeah, I heard that, and this is the first time you'll ever hear this sentence. Maybe Tom Brady can be our Danny White.
Well, he is.
He is. You'll never hear that sentence
there,
ever.
Right?
Yeah, he can punt and kick. I mean,
you just killed that whole Glasgow segment, man, with the Danny White. Ooh, boo. But yes. Well, but what about the quick kick? Remember they used to do that.
No, that's what I'm saying, and that's what Danny White used to do, and that was my point. Is he was the punter and the quarterback, and I mean, so did Randall Cunningham. I think he had a 90-something yard punt. Randall Cunningham did. I mean, to me, but I look at Tom Brady throwing a bit of a tantrum as Johnny, I said the perspective that's different is now we're seeing all of Tom Brady. You're not just seeing Tom Brady throwing a fit and then hearing nothing else. Now we're hearing the jokester and the fun guy and the happy guy and the guy that's on Instagram and the guy that's all over the place. You're getting that as well. And you didn't get that side before. So I feel like it's different. You're seeing the competitive nature of a pretty nice guy. And I think that's what's different. Maybe I'm wrong.
On the field, people see what they want to see because wherever, but off the field, Tom Brady's got a lot of friends, man. So he isn't like an ogre, hiding in the field. He's friends with Peyton Manning, Eli, Rodgers. All these guys are friends.
Right.
They are truly friends. What I mean? So there's the field persona, and then there's the off-field persona. We don't know what kind of personalities these guys really have. Evidently, they get along with each other. So,
well, I think you somewhat get a look in the sense that like we never saw his sense of humor before. We never saw him partying on the boat and having a good time and joking around and all of that. And that's not on the field. And you never saw he's doing more interviews now and he is talking more than you heard before. And his own words was, I've found my voice. And I think that says everything I'm sort of trying to get to is that, that was, we finally saw him open up and we're seeing him learn to go ahead and speak and crack jokes. And when he was at the White House saying, joking around, saying what he was saying. And now everybody's going to read into that however they want to read into that and whatever.
But we already saw that stuff when he was making those commercials and stuff, man. We saw the Boston accent commercial and all that other stuff, man. And it's kind of the same attitude. The commercials are easier to judge him by than his actual on-field stuff.
Do you guys in the chat room think that there's no change in Tom Brady from his New England days till now? Do you guys not see a different side of him? I see a different side of him in his own words, where I've found my voice. To me, his public personality is just, he's different now. I mean,
I never saw anything to not like about him, even when
I didn't say
England doing those commercials and stuff. And when he would do interviews and go on these chat shows and stuff like that when he was in New England, I never saw anything dislikable about him from then till now.
Does anybody in chat know what am I crazy, dude? I mean, do you see what I'm talking about? Does it seem like there's a different Tom Brady now in Tampa versus New England? I mean, just being able to show his personality.
Last season when he came here, he's too old. He has a weak arm. He can't throw the deep ball. He's not going to be able to take this team anywhere. 8-8, blah, blah, blah. Well, Super Bowl championship. One of those playoff games was a key deep ball to Scotty Miller. And he's throwing bullets out there in training camp. So, I mean, maybe people are just like, well, okay, he's a cyborg. Brady gonna Brady, basically. And
but you don't see a different side of him with Instagram and all that stuff now?
I see him more self-promoting. I also think that's him leaning into the TB12 brand because he knows his playing days are coming to an end. And I feel like he's a guy that has to compete in the marketplace in some way, shape, or form monetarily.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He has to be
he doesn't need to.
Well, in his mind, he needs to. Like, that's why he is who he is. He's driven. I don't see Tom Brady ever retiring officially and going and sitting on the beach and putting his feet up and drinking Mai Tais all day. You know what I mean? He's not that guy.
Right. There's going to be a next step for him, whatever that is.
I just want to say I really want a brisket sandwich now.
Well, you're about to get a little bit of something from that.
Go full screen with him. We're not important.
Hey guys,
Okay,
what's going on?
What you got, Steven?
I was going to try and open this, but I can only do this with one hand. So I'm going to put it on the roof of my car, okay?
Yep.
And then I'm going to show you what I'm looking there.
There's a finger.
Just bad Wi-Fi, of course.
I didn't know he bought sausage.
Did I lose? Oh, there we go. Okay.
There you are.
Unveiling. There it is right here. Let me get you in the camera here. This is for you, dude. This is for you. This is a brisket sandwich.
There you go. Lift that top button up.
Oh, take the top off, baby.
Yeah, lift the top bun. Come on. Now lift off the top bun.
Take your
lift
top
the top bun,
off.
okay. Yeah, here we go.
That's what Daddy
there you go. The good stuff.
And how much was that?
Right there. Like $6.
I'll take 2.
Nice.
Can you FedEx them?
Can you email me? Hey, we got the miscreant in here now, so
45.
Nope, we lost him.
45 smiles, I guess.
Yep. Okay, we lost. Hey, Teresa.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
What do you have for dinner? Did you say you did not have dinner?
Not yet.
What'd you have for lunch?
What did I have for lunch?
Oh Lord! Everybody acts shocked when I ask what you ate.
Oh, chicken nuggets.
Okay. Where? From where?
Stupid McDonald's.
Okay. Stupid McDonald's.
Stupid McDonald's.
Teresa, do you think? I mean, do you see a different Tom Brady now, or no?
Yes, Tom Brady seems to be more relaxed, more fun-loving,
Okay.
and he doesn't seem to have a leash on him.
Okay, so it's not only me, at least, that feels that way.
It's the avocados.
The avocado tequila. Yeah.
Every time he eats one, he does that little song in his head. Avocados from Mexico. That makes you happy.
Well, it just, to me, it seems like he's a whole different dude. I mean, I'm not saying he is. I'm saying, yeah, like you put the perfect word on it, Teresa, unleashed. It's like now we're able to see him be a little more himself. And I understand the guy shows publicly what he wants to show publicly. Anybody in a public position shows what they want to publicly. Heck, on this show, I only show you what I want to publicly. Okay. I mean, we're all that way, but it just seems like there's just a different guy. I mean, he's different. I don't know.
Well, think about it, because the commercial he's got out now, the Subway, he's having fun with that commercial. Yeah. You know, he's been brought in to have fun with that commercial. And it's a refreshing look for Tom Brady. Yeah.
Christopher Cole said Brady was muffled by Belichick, and I think that's true. I think it's the way that they did things. I'm not saying right. I'm not saying wrong. I'm not saying anything. It was obviously successful. Okay. But I do believe his voice was muted. That's a good way to put it. And now he's able to, when he said find his voice, he's able to just find who he is publicly and not be held back. This is who we want. This is him publicly. So I don't know.
Look, it's the Subway. Go ahead, Johnny.
I see on the field that if you're talking about on the field, he's looser.
No, I'm not talking on the field. I'm talking Tom Brady, period.
Are you guys forgetting about his Saturday Night Live antics and all the other commercials and stuff? He was having fun. He's always been having fun with him. And his off time, he's always had fun. On the field and stuff like that, he is looser.
Apparently, a lot of us were forgetting, because Christopher Cole also said, he was muffled by Belichick. Tapazio says
commercials and stuff.
Brady let go of the Belichick change. We're not just talking commercials, though.
Well, endorsements are part of the CBA anyway, so he has the right to that.
Yeah, he's poking at himself. I get it. It's different. I don't know. Did you guys see the thing he did running on the field with
Ocho Cinco?
Yes, with Ocho Cinco.
Yeah.
That was never. To me, maybe I'm wrong, but him and Gronk kicking back in those things last year where they were on the lawn chairs, you never saw that. You know, Gronk would be that way, but you never saw it from Brady. And now it's just a different guy to me. And Johnny, I respect your opinion. I get it. There's a lot of us that see something different. I know you're just looking at on the field, but we're looking at the total picture. Brady on the field, off the field, the whole thing.
You're looking at those Buccaneer commercials, and they're still it's team affiliated.
No,
he didn't have that opportunity there. I know. I agree with that.
No, we're talking Instagram. We're talking, we're talking everything. You keep looking at one thing on the field or the Bucs, promo videos. No, we're saying the whole total picture. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, his little comments he's making here or there. That it just seems like a different guy to me. And I'm not alone. That part, at least I know I'm not alone on that. Let's see, Steven, do you see a different kind of Brady, or is he the same dude?
I definitely see a different kind of Brady. I see a different kind of Brady, and I apologize. The reason why I'm not on camera is because I am eating brisket right now.
I can hear you eating it, and that's awesome.
I honestly don't care. But
yep.
But he's definitely different than he was over the past 20 years. He's much less encumbered by years. Yeah, but he's much less encumbered by, stricter rules, and you got to do this way and all this other stuff, and the Patriot way and all that other crap. He is much more willing to show who he really is, and it turns out he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, yes, Brady. Okay, what Tapazio says, yes, Brady shows off a little bit more, and he's more expressive and involved in off the field stuff. I've watched him for 21 years. I think that's a good word, expressive. He seems more expressive. I think that's a.
And he looks way better in red than blue.
No doubt. No doubt.
Now, okay, I want to talk about.
Yeah, he actually does.
Yeah, we have beat the living crap out of this subject. So I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about Russ Cockrell.
I threw in 2 interceptions today.
I didn't do it.
Yesterday.
Talk to me about Russ Cockrell. Is this guy? Didn't he start off on the practice squad?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, nobody knows. I am 90% sure he started on the practice squad and has slowly worked his way into a starting position. Johnny, this is what you and I have talked about many times. It's because of the depth on the coaching staff, the huge, massive coaching staff, where you can find a guy that's on the practice squad, give him enough opportunity to move up a little, and he ends up now on, as a backup. He shows off in practice, and when he does get a chance here or there, which isn't often, he shows up in the game. All of a sudden, a year later or whatever, and look at what you've got. You got a guy who's apparently fighting to become a starter, practice squad to possible starter. Mm-hmm. That's because of this coaching staff. That's because of Tom Brady. That's because of Jason Light. That's because of the Glazers. That's because of BA. That's because of Todd Bowles. I mean, holy crap, this is exciting.
Let's just hope he doesn't get cocky. Come on, I had to. It was right there.
I mean, that's exciting to see all of that keep. It just keeps going. I mean, it's the good news keeps coming, and actually, like today, there was not a lot of news that came out of camp at all today. And I will tell you that at this point of camp, no news is good news. We're not hearing a lot of the stuff you're hearing in other places like Indianapolis, where the quarterback's gone for who knows how long, or whatever. You're not hearing you're not hearing all of this stuff.
Can we piggyback off the Indianapolis thing here in a little bit?
Man, please, let's do that.
Yeah,
you know who's coming back, don't you?
Yeah, I've got it. I have it down as a subject to talk about.
Oh, my bad, but it's Johnny's arch nemesis.
Johnny loves him. Johnny loves him like Stephen Glasgow likes Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh, and there goes Glasgow. There goes the brisket, jerk.
He threw up a little in his mouth. Did the brisket taste as good the second time? I mean,
had to go and ruin the brisket with a Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Yep. Philip Rivers is saying he is open. He is open to coming back.
With all
later in the year. He's not coming back early. He wants to finish coaching.
The Foles problem.
Johnny, if he makes more money, Johnny, he's going to have at least 2 more kids and tie you. I'm telling you, bro.
I mean, guys, this to me, the news about Russ Cockrell, to me, what's fun or what's great about that is not so much that Russ Cockrell even went from the practice squad and worked his way up, but it's that in addition to that, I mean, you've got OJ Howard coming back. Okay. OJ, apparently he's getting out there on the field here and there. He talks about how he spent the off season studying like he has never studied before, because, and these are OJ Howard's words, he wants to be able to play instinctually again, and that he has not played that way as a professional. He's always been thinking. And now he says that he knows the playbook well enough to where he can just go out and play. And then
5 years.
Well, you know what? When he's been through the change of coordinators, he maybe was not too much was put on him, initially with Cutter, and then he got hurt. There's been a lot of stuff. And listen, man, we can sit here and we can dog him all day long. But here's a guy who's put himself.
Okay, hold on. Here's why.
Let me finish what I'm saying, Johnny. He's put himself. He is in a position right now where he is saying he is physically better and mentally better than he has ever been. And I'm not going to sit there and say, "Oh, that's bad news." I'm not going to find a way to be negative about it.
I've only got a problem with the excuses, because Cam Brate was a walk-on that didn't have half the experience or half the talent that Howard did. He didn't have a problem picking up the playbook and reading it instinctually. He gradually got better every time he stepped on the field. Can't say the same thing about Howard.
He was under the same offensive coordinator for the first 5 years of his career, Johnny.
You can't even say the same thing. Okay, whatever.
That's not a minor thing.
If you're going to blind yourself to the point, I'm not even going to say it.
Well, no, Johnny, I don't have to agree with it to say that I'm blinding myself to it. When you're under the same coordinator for the first 4 years, I think it was, of his career, that's not nothing.
When in the last 10 years has the Bucs had a same offensive coordinator?
No. Well, he was under Cutter for the first 4 years of his career. Okay, so
as OC and head coach.
What's that?
What, as OC and head coach? Because Cotter was
Yeah,
2
well,
years
yeah, as OC, and then they
years.
ran his offense as head coach. Yes.
But there was an offensive coordinator there.
Part of the time. If you remember, he was calling the plays.
I'm just saying that there's a segment right there with we line up videos from OJ Howard's career with the Bucs.
Yeah.
Where he made a mistake or dropped a ball. And like he said, he was constantly thinking, so we can have the segment called "What Was OJ Thinking?"
That's a good question, because I'm at times I'm not so sure. And Johnny's right about the excuses. There is a point of, look, this guy has way too much talent to have excuses. But when he comes out and says, I'm I feel like I'm ready now. And listen, man, some guys it takes longer, and you flip that switch, all of a sudden they play better.
Mm-hmm.
That happens. We've seen it time and time again here with the Bucs. I mean, do you remember
was
Rojo in the first year? You remember all the talk about him?
Yeah, and that's another one that was drafted high. I think they're overdrafting a lot of people, man, and not just the Bucs.
Wow, it's hard to rip their drafting. It is really hard to rip their drafting over the last several years.
No, it's not. I'm not specifically mentioning the Bucs. Positional drafting in the NFL has gone crazy. They push people up. Scouts push people up. You've seen it all over. Carson Wentz, for Christ's sake. You see it all over the NFL where, because of need, people are getting pushed up in the draft all the time.
How good would Wentz be if he'd stop getting hurt? I wonder.
We've seen glances of it.
Yeah,
he has skill set, but he's another OJ Howard. He's too fragile, man.
Yeah. Is OJ Howard fragile, or I can't disagree with that. I mean, he's gotten hurt a lot, and I don't know.
So picture this: OJ Howard. We got a video of him getting ready to run an up and in, like a slant route to the middle, right? And we're like, what is OJ thinking? And he's running, and we're like, oh my God, Jameis is going to throw me right into coverage. I'm going to get my head taken off. See?
Yeah, we got to remember that's who he was playing with too.
We can do a segment on this. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, he was playing with Jameis. That is a difference too. He's thinking, oh crap.
Well, if you remember though, OJ looked pretty good in the beginning of the season last year. He had a couple big plays.
Yeah.
Hey,
he did.
He has had good plays every season he's been on the team.
Yeah, and then he gets hurt.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you guys this. I'm going to bring up
Kucherov. Put him on the IR all year and bring him out for the playoffs.
Yeah. I want to bring up a touchy subject. Everybody, I apologize in advance. But apparently, we have to talk about this subject, and I'm sorry.
I'm not getting brisket.
We have to talk about kickers.
Oh, suck up is sucking, yeah.
Apparently Suck Up has been sucking.
Suck Downing then? Would that be Suck Downing if his name's Suck Up?
Yeah, well, apparently, and I cannot remember his name right now, the guy he was a very good kicker in college is behind him and has been doing great in camp. If there's any news coming out of camp, this is the only thing. Everybody's doing well. Everybody is healthy, except for our kicker is apparently sucking. Anybody thinking anything at this point, or not worried about it? Or
go for it on fourth down in the red zone. That's my thought.
All I can say is it's in the name.
Yeah, it's in the name.
Yeah.
He had a great year last year, though, didn't he? But man,
once we get inside the 25, turn it into arena ball.
What are you saying, Johnny?
That's a two-part answer. It's in the name. You can suck or suck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think a big a deal, Rick. It's training camp. We'll see.
Well, it's always training camp. We've had problems with kickers in training camp for the last, other than last year. We've had problems year after year after year after year in training camp. And they say apparently physically, and this I didn't understand when I read it. Physically, Ryan Suckup apparently went on some new diet and workout plan, not TB12, but might as well. Apparently he's showing up in by far the best shape of his career. And I wonder if he didn't I don't know how else to say it. I mean, it's like a golf swing. If you all of a sudden start working out a lot and you get yourself in great shape, your golf swing, it's gonna screw with your golf swing. I wonder if it's not the same kind of thing.
It could be. He may just need to relearn how to kick with these new muscles he's got, and that could
Yeah.
be the case. I want to touch on the subject though. You just ended with OJ Howard because I heard what you said about him saying, "Hey, I want to know the playbook now," and all this other stuff, right? How long has OJ Howard been playing for the Buccaneers?
6 years, I think.
Yeah.
And he's just learning
Well,
just now
different
learning
playbook.
the book.
Different playbook. Second year with this playbook.
Okay, so it's taken him 2 years to learn the book. He's been.
He
there
didn't
for
say
2
that.
years.
He didn't say he didn't say he didn't learn the playbook. It's when you know all the moving parts, not just one, not just where you're supposed to go. You can know the playbook. Look, man, halfway through last year, Tom Brady didn't know the playbook. So
yeah.
So don't blame OJ Howard for not knowing it. I mean,
yeah, but he's been there for 2 years.
What's that?
You've been there for 2 years, bro. I'm sorry. Go on, Teresa.
My opinion is he didn't have anything else to do. He might as well learn the playbook.
That's what he said. No, she's 100% correct. That's what he said. He said, while I was injured, I decided I was going to study like I never have before because I wanted to be instinctual. I want to get out there on the field. I want to be able to just play without thinking. And
okay.
Yeah, when you change, Johnny, you know this. I mean, Stephen, you know this. Teresa, we all know this. When you change coordinators, all of a sudden there's a whole different learning curve, and you got to learn new, and all that. And okay, so he got hurt last year, and during his second year, he started good. If you remember, he looked good at the beginning, and then he decided after he got injured, when I come back next year, I'm going to be ready like I've never been ready before. I'm sorry, everybody. It seems like in this room, we're sitting here trying to find ways to find something to complain about with that. Personally, hallelujah. Worst case scenario, he's the third string tight end, and he's better than he used to be.
Here's my problem with that, Rick. It's and that's great for him. But here's my problem with that. It's like looking for praise for something you're supposed to do. Like, hey, guess what, guys?
Thank you, Steven. That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't looking for praise.
None of my girls are strippers, and none of my boys are criminals. Well, I'm supposed to do that. I don't expect you guys to clap for me because I did that. That's something you're supposed to do.
Well, I will clap for you for that. Although, if they were hot, the stripper thing. But
I'm supposed to do that. I'm supposed to do that. And my God,
you're supposed to do your best to do that. I hear you. But the thing is this, man. I mean, he didn't go looking for praise for that, Stephen.
Know the playbook.
Stephen, he didn't say know the playbook. He knew the playbook. Okay, it's not like he wasn't running the right plays.
I understand exactly what he's saying. He's talking about reactionary. He has to become reactionary. And
right.
The thing is, there's so many players out there that's drafted at the same spot as him that don't have that issue.
Right. Okay. So he had that issue, but he's working through it. Good. But Stephen, where I think you're wrong is you said he's looking for praise for it. No, somebody asked him a question and he answered honestly. He wasn't going out there saying, now praise me for this. He was saying, hey guys, listen, I've worked hard this offseason on this. This is something I've worked, they said, what'd you do with your off-season time? Well, I decided I was going to spend this off-season studying like I never have before. I want to be able to play more instinctually. He's not saying, now praise me for it. He's answering the question that he was asked by the member of the media.
I don't like his phrasing.
Yeah, part of playing instinctually is not just knowing the route tree, it's knowing what the quarterback wants you to do.
Right.
That's the instinct part. And he hasn't been on the field long enough to know that. The reason why Antonio Brown in the Super Bowl got a touchdown, by the way, he ran the wrong route initially. So knowing the route tree doesn't mean anything. The reason why he got that touchdown against Honey Badger is because he instinctually knows what Brady wants. That's what being a good.
I understand, but he can't. But you can't expect OJ Howard to do that when he's injured and off the field. So what you got is a guy who took the time to do what he needed to do, and we're finding a way. You're taking a guy who said, I spent the time that I was injured in the offseason studying so I could play better. And you're going, yeah, I got a problem with that. I mean, what the heck, man?
No, it just sounds like me saying, hey, guess what? I don't beat my kids. Okay, great.
But
good for me.
If somebody walked up to him and said, do you beat your kids? I mean, what'd you want him to say? When somebody said, how did you spend your off season now that you were injured? What'd you want him to say? Let me you answer the question better than that.
How did you spend your off season?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with saying studying. He should have just left it. I've just been studying. I want to make sure I'm prepared when I get out there. Boom.
Come on.
That'd been the end of it. Now, hey, I want to be more.
Come on.
Being
First
instinctual
off,
has nothing to do with knowing the route tree. It's
Right.
got more.
He didn't say anything about a route tree. That's you.
The playbook is basically verbiage. That's what Brady had a problem with, learning the verbiage.
Right.
And as far as instinctual, how long have you been playing tight end? There's only so many routes.
Correct.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's not the route tree. That's Steven's words. Okay.
Well, how long does it take you to be instinctual in routes that you've been running most of your life?
No. Look, we talked about the fact that AB is a great route runner. Okay. One of the best route runners. And knowing where all the other players are going to be, knowing what you do in every single circumstance. There are different things. Listen, man, some receivers are better than others. Everybody acts like it's all equal. We all know the playbook. Everybody knows the playbook equally. Everybody is exactly the same. I mean, Cam Braid's coming out of freaking Harvard. He probably looked at the playbook and knew it. Okay, I get it. O.J. Howard came out of Alabama. Okay.
What are you trying to say?
He doesn't roll tide.
You know, thank God he can read.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, he's from
Okay,
Alabama.
you're talking about comparing him to a guy that came out of Harvard.
Okay, let's drop that on Rick's last statement because that was the best way to drop that part. That's a mic drop, man.
I love that. Rick's like, well, one guy came from Harvard, another one came from Alabama. He brushes his teeth with his feet. Like, come on, brother. Stop it.
Oh man! And what about Jalen Darden? Everybody, Jalen Darden apparently is flashing and is looking really, really good.
He looks really good. He does. He looks really good.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to get anybody's spot. He's going to probably play special teams. And
I think that's all he's looking for at this point. You know. And what about all of a sudden we're hearing about Tyler Johnson? Listen, you can't keep hearing about all these people. I mean, they're basically coming out and going, well, basically everybody but Tom Brady looks good. That's basically what we're hearing. We're hearing, man, the defense looks really good. Everybody's looking really good. The running backs, they're all catching the ball. The tight end, there's this great battle at tight end. Even the backup receivers are looking great. The backup cornerbacks, the defensive backs are all looking great. Tom Brady, man, that guy's having a sucky camp. I mean,
defenses always look better than the offense. What they have to learn is to react. That's all they're doing. They're mirroring what the offense is giving them. So
right.
Defenses knowing what to do comes a lot faster for them than the offense.
Yeah. But I mean, so wait a minute. Don't they all know the playbook? I mean, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm joking.
We don't have that many people from Alabama on here.
To me, guys, the point, I guess what I'm trying to say, and I can't believe anybody found anything negative about O.J. Howard saying, yeah, I know, I feel like I'm more ready than ever to play instinctually. Oh, good. I mean, I can't believe we found something negative about that. I mean, it's like, Russ Cockrell's looked really good. Yeah, well, why didn't he look good in his rookie year? Well, he was on the practice squad. See what I mean?
Why didn't he? Wait, you can't even say that because he's getting an interception every 106 touches. In other words, snaps of the ball that he's on the field. He's getting an interception every 106. The next person to him is one in every 1,300 touches.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. But I guess, awesome. Rick, I think for me, I'm not gonna speak for everyone else, but for me, with OJ, and I get what he's trying to say, but when he said what he did, what you quoted him as saying, is I would have preferred to hear personally, hey, I just been working on rehabbing. I want to make sure 100%. I want to make sure my Achilles or anything else isn't going to cause me any issues. I've been working hard at making sure I'm physically ready to be out there to help my team. But
do you realize how specific you're being? This is exactly what I wanted him to say, or I'm going to complain. Versus a guy who didn't say that good thing. Instead, he said something else that was positive. What, you realize how hard it would have to be to have people sticking a microphone in your face constantly, and somebody's going to complain because you literally said, well, you know what? I studied harder than I ever have, and I'm going to be able to, I think, play more instinctually and better than I ever have. Oh, I didn't want you to say that.
No, I think you're missing the point. The point is, I assumed he was doing that. He didn't need to say that. I assumed he was studying hard. What I would have been much happier to hear is how he's feeling physically, because that's his problem.
But they said, what have you been doing during the off season or during the time you were injured? Of course, while you're rehabbing. What have you been doing?
I've been rehabbing.
What have you been doing while you were rehabbing? I've been rehabbing.
No, I've been working on this. I've been doing stretches. I've been working to make sure I'm physically ready
this is
to
so
get back on the field.
It is so specific where you're saying he's got to say exactly what I want him to say versus going, okay, well, maybe I would have rather heard. I mean, seriously, that's like, I
get the feeling if he said, I've been eating donuts, you'd be like, that's amazing. He's awesome. He's had a donut.
Wait a minute. Seriously? You're comparing a guy saying I've worked really hard in the offseason to make sure I can play my best and instinctually. You are looking at that and saying I would say it's the same thing as, oh yeah, I eat donuts. Like I'm the homer. I'm a homer here
about his physical shape than anything.
Correct.
But they asked him, what are you doing while you're rehabbing?
And a smart player would have said, what do people care about? They care about whether or not I'm physically ready.
Steven, you know he's not going to say something like that.
They care about whether or not I'm physically ready to play. I would imagine he's studying. They care that I'm physically
I would imagine
ready to
he's
play.
rehabbing, and you wanted him to answer, what were you doing while you were rehabbing? Rehabbing? I would imagine that as well.
You know what? You want to know why? Here's the difference. You want to know? Remember when Mike Evans got hurt when his knee buckled and he dropped that touchdown pass, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, how many weeks is he going to be out?" And he was asked the same question: "What did you do while you were rehabbing, working on your knee?" He said, "Oh, I was in the pool. I was just doing some runs, making sure I get things in. I was doing that." He was talking about what he was physically doing to be physically ready to play. That is
okay. So. Yeah, he has to give that exact answer, not a different good answer.
That's Mike Evans' answer.
No, I know, but you're saying he would have to give exactly Mike Evans' answer, who by the way, hold on, Stephen. Stephen, hold on. He would have to give the exact same answer as Mike Evans, who didn't miss a week, while this guy was out for the final. I mean, from week 4 on through the Super Bowl on. He still has, he's just now getting back to practice. He's got to give the same answer as a guy who sort of barely hyperextended his knee a little bit and was able to play the next week.
You're putting words in my mouth. It's not.
No, I'm not putting any words in your mouth.
I never
what word did I put in your mouth there, Stephen?
I never said he needs to give the exact same answer. I said a smart player, recognizing he's been hurt most of his career, and what people actually care about is how are you doing physically, would have answered it along the lines of, hey, this is what I've been doing physically to make sure I'm prepared so that I can get back on the field.
Basically, he didn't have to open up the book saying that, oh, I'm having problems.
These guys have no chance.
Yeah, because nobody cares.
These guys have no chance. No chance to please people. When a guy comes out and says, yeah, I've been studying really hard. I'm ready to go. Let's go do this, guys. I'm excited. I think I'm going to be able to play more instinctually. Let's go, guys. I'm ready for this. Oh, that's a bad answer. I mean, come on. They've got no chance.
He opened the book by saying that for a conversation like this. That's why it's bad.
Right. Here's the problem. Rick, I'm a systems analyst, right? If you and I work together for 2 years on a particular project, and let's say you were out for a while because you were sick and whatever, you were out, and then you came back and said, well, Rick, what were you doing while you were out? Oh, man, I was looking at this project to make sure that I really understand it. I'm going to be like, dude, we've been working on this thing for 2 years. You don't understand it yet? That would be my mindset.
Stephen, he's not talking to his boss or a coworker. He's talking to the media.
Which is why it was worse. would have been better off talking to coworkers.
No, this is where your heels are dug in on a point and you can't even, you can't move from it. When a guy said something positive and you found a way to find something negative out of it. And I just don't get it, guys. I don't get it. These guys have no chance.
That's the point. You don't get it.
You're right. I don't get the fact that you're finding something negative and a dude saying, you know what, I'm ready to go. I'm going to be better than ever. I'm mentally more ready. I'm going to be able to play instinctually and not be thinking so much on the field, which, by the way, Tom Brady said halfway through last year, but forget that. I mean, that doesn't count. He's different.
Tom Brady was brand new to the team and had to learn a brand new play. Here's the deal. I think this is what you're missing, Rick. What Johnny R is saying is when he said that, according to what you're saying, my first thought, possibly Johnny's, my first thought was, wait a minute, didn't you already know the playbook? That was my first thought.
He didn't say he didn't know the playbook. See, that's why this is my point. To me, I think you're looking at this. You probably already had an issue with O.J. Howard. We all did. But you probably looked at it and you saw it through. It's in essence, it's seeing what you believe, rather than just sit there and going, okay, he's more ready than he's ever been. Good, that's good news. Okay, next. I mean, you would. I mean,
a lot of good when he's hurt on the sideline this year.
Okay, guys, we've got a whole different topic going on in chat.
What's that?
They want to know what's up with Gabbert, and Johnny seems to think Gabbert's going to be in Indy.
Oh, no. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Wait. Don't do the old O.J. Howard thing on that, because that's just me and Misador messing with each other.
Oh, okay.
We're closing the whole. We're done with O.J.
We should move on from this because everybody's going to take their own perspective from that.
We drank that drink. We're done.
I'm not gonna. I'm glad you mentioned Indy, because what I wanted to say about that was this. I believe you keep hearing all this stuff about how Nick Foles is a nice guy. I think Nick Foles is an ass. I really, because I listened to what he said. I watched what he said when they mentioned him possibly going to Indy while Carson is hurt. He could have just said, and I know Rick, because he didn't say exactly what I wanted him to say.
That's exactly right. You're telling him how he needs to talk.
Back to this again.
Anyway, what he could have said was, hey, man, you know what? I'm just pulling for Carson. We'll see what happens. Boom.
That's not a good career move for him.
Hey.
So what
Rick had the mic drop on this conversation a half hour ago. Come on, man.
What's that?
What was the mic drop?
Let's move to Indy.
We are moving to Indy.
We are Indy.
We are talking about Indy, Johnny.
Okay. Well, I just heard Steven
Steven's saying Nick Foles, and when they interviewed Nick Foles, and Nick said, "Who's the coach? Who's the OC there?"
Frank Reich. Well, he's talking about.
Right.
Yeah, he said Frank Reich. I love him as a coach. I played my best with Frank Reich. I did a great job with Frank Reich. Blah 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 blah.
No. What he said was, because I watched it. What he said was, he said, well, I love Frank Reich. And hey, look, Frank Reich knows me. He knows what I can do. He put me in the best possible position to win when he was in Philly. So he knows me. He knows what I'm capable of. I'm like, bro, what the hell is wrong with you?
He's trying to get himself to Indy. It's trying to make a good career move. This is the business part of it.
You know what? I think he's a dick. Just me.
Good Lord. Steven just wants everybody to okay, how was practice today? Fine. I'm just here so I don't get fined. No, I mean, you can't be a human being at all and talk and say anything. Oh my gosh, man.
That would have been a better answer.
No, it would not have been. Come on. He's trying to get himself to get to Indy to get a starting job. Okay, good. The guy's working the system because you got to work with what you got to work with. Okay, they probably. Oh man, come on.
Third string quarterback behind whoever the hell it is in front.
Right. So he's trying to position himself to get in a better position. Right. You're exactly right, Johnny.
There's a reason Philip Rivers is talking about coming back, and that's probably because they've already called him from Indy and said, "Look, we need help."
No, Philip Rivers said he's not coming back until the end of the season. That if somebody wanted him at the end of the season, that would be fine, but he's going to finish coaching high school football for this year. And if anybody needs a quarterback, then he would come back.
Here's why I don't think he's going to get Nick Foles. I don't think.
Was that wrong of Philip Rivers to say, Steven?
Yes, it was, Rick. Yes,
Okay,
it was.
He should have been more specific.
Even what should Philip Rivers have said?
Philip Rivers should have said, "Rick is a smart ass." That's what he should have said. But he didn't say that.
I'm waiting for an answer.
No, I don't have any problem with Philip Rivers said. He wants to
Okay, awesome.
That's fine.
Okay.
You're full of brisket.
Now they want to talk about the Giants mess that happened today.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I brought it up earlier. You know what? It's the dog days of, like I said earlier. It's the dog days of training camp. That's how it goes. That's
kind of different when your quarterback, your star quarterback's at the bottom of that pile, though.
Yeah, well, no, I agree with you, but that's how the fights start. That's how this happens in camp. There's always something that sets it off. You know,
right.
Somebody hits the quarterback, somebody does whatever, somebody else gets mad, you have a brawl. It happens. Every year we hear about fights in training camp. This is this one. You know, they'll calm down, cooler heads will prevail, they'll go back, they'll work it out. This will either be a building thing or a dissension thing, probably a building thing for this team. And you know what they're going to say? I hate to bring this up, but you know what they're going to say when somebody sticks a microphone in their face? They're going to say, "Well, it's good to see that we're the team is motivated. It shows our passion. It shows we're blah blah blah." That's what we're going to hear because that's how you do it.
We're going to
but he was making them do all this stuff as punishment as a team.
No.
They were running, they were pushing up, they were doing all this stuff.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, there's going to be a price to pay. The coaches are going to get a hold of it. It's going to be fine. That's how that's going to go. Joe Tryon apparently looks good in practice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, apparently he's turning heads. And this is my point, guys, that's so good about this. I know Steven thinks this makes me a homer, but I'm excited that all this is good news coming out of Tampa. I'm excited that everything but the kicker is good news. I mean, I'm concerned about the kicker because we've all seen how bad that can be. But I mean, there's so much good news. Everybody apparently is looking good in camp, other than Tom Brady. You know, and you guys, come on, we know the coaching going on there. I mean, we know how that works. I mean, this is fun, isn't it? I mean, as a Bucs fan, aren't you guys sitting there looking at it, feeling like, holy crap? It says like last year where we're going to be having 2 years in a row with good news. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to 1 year of good news.
Yeah,
I did hear that Coach chewed Tryon's butt.
Oh, really? What did you chew him out about?
He's free balling out there, man. He wasn't following the routes and stuff. So, and
he's playing instinctually. I'm kidding. Hey, Matt, how you doing, brother?
What's up? Sorry,
hey, man. Welcome to the show. Boy, did you miss it. Steven and I got into it a little bit.
Hey, Matt. Matt. If you don't say exactly what I want you to say, apparently that makes me some kind of monster. So just be very careful.
Oh, quit crying, Steven. You know what, Steven? You've been looking forward to doing this to me. Watch. There. All right.
It's magic.
Well, you should have left him in so Matt could have did the Fitz magic on him.
Yeah.
Oh, he can still hear it. He's in the lobby. So, Matt, first question of the day, okay, was this. My first question, is this a different, do you feel like Tom Brady, we're seeing a different Tom Brady now than we did when he was in New England?
Maybe. I didn't follow him that much then. I have not been a Patriots fan my entire life.
Right.
Even when they were winning and were the greatest thing on the planet Earth, it was just a team that was very, very good and able to win all the time. And I guess we all sat around saying at that time it was either Brady or the coach. We didn't know which it was and all that nonsense. But now we got him down here and he's acting like a professional who has high expectations of himself and of all the people around him. And it filtered down into everything else that's gone around the Buccaneer place. So if this is what he brought to New England, it's welcomed here in Tampa, right? I mean, he hasn't done anything to tear
What about
down.
personality-wise, just in general?
Well, I don't think he's being quite as maybe it was Belichick that did it more. But Belichick didn't respect the media. He kind of treated them like kids and punks and why are you bothering me?
Right.
And Brady's always been pretty, from what I've seen, he's always been kind of holds his cards back.
Right.
But that was partly because that's what New England told him to
do. Okay. So that's kind of what we were all saying. He's a little more open and yeah, there's a little more personality. I forgot the word Teresa used. She used a very good word for it, but basically, it's he's
comments.
What's that?
I said it's way up in the comments.
Oh no, you said it here on the show. Where you said something about just being a little more open and being a little more.
Well, I think the coaching staff here and the people that make that decision on how you're going to run a press conference, I think they are much less rigid than what they had in New England. He's not stupid. I mean, he knows how to answer to the press. He knows what to say. And like he said, I'll tell you what I want you to hear. I'm not going to always be telling you everything that's factual.
Yeah.
And I can.
Willis says Brady is happier here. I think that's right. He seems happier. Now, he may have been that happy there. I don't know. But,
I don't think they allowed people to have emotions in New England.
Right.
The Patriot way is kind of robotic. You do it like Belichick or you're not going to be here.
Pamela, look at the women. Look at all the women we have here tonight. This is awesome. They're all coming through with great comments here. I think he's actually having fun playing again, not treating it like a job.
I agreed with that at the beginning of the show when we were talking about that.
Yeah, that's the fun part of all of it is I get that feeling of he's just, I don't know. He's having more fun. Everybody's having more fun. The whole team's having more fun, and it seems like they have found a magic formula. And this is all BA, by the way, Johnny. I think you'll agree with this. They have found a way to win with discipline and still have fun, and that is a very special thing that BA can do that not a lot of other coaches do. Like Dungy didn't do. That's fine. Gruden had that. Players could have fun and be a little more of themselves and a little crazy and whatever. And I think BA has whatever that thing is that John Gruden has, but BA actually has talent. Not that Gruden has no talent. But comparably, I think BA has shown himself to be, with Coach of the Year twice, a Super Bowl champ with a team that he fundamentally built, and that is a fact. Yes, there are still players from the previous regime. I'm not saying that, but he made the big decisions on we are going to change quarterback. We are going to bring in these people. We are going to do this and do that and move these pieces around.
Well, he wasn't afraid to come in and cut people when it needed to happen, like Hargraves.
Right. Yeah. Right. And make that. That's exactly right.
And he also came in and took all the. You remember Cotter had it was a dance party every practice. He had the sound system, and the DJ and all that crap. Hell, Bruce Arians doesn't even turn the air conditioner on indoors. He's like, it's 90 degrees outside when we play. You don't need it to be 72 degrees when you're indoors practicing, trying to get ready for a game. And that's just common sense and logic, really, when you think about it.
Misador. Hello, BA. BA won with Lovey's team. Well, the difference is Lovey didn't. Yeah. Lovey didn't win with Lovey's team.
This is a team that you can't say was somebody else's. That's for sure.
No, you cannot say this was somebody else's team. So anyway, all right, guys. You know what? Let's call this a night. This was a fun show. I appreciate you guys coming along. Matt, I'm glad you made it in here before we closed it out. I want to thank you guys. Johnny, tell everybody about your show.
Thursday nights, 10 o'clock or 9:30, and we talk all football.
Yeah,
Alex Lismore and I.
Yeah, it's actually it's an awesome show, Johnny. If you'll let me come on there, I'm sure I'll be poking my head in.
Anytime.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You add a lot to this show. Thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Awesome.
Oh,
and you guys,
Rick,
yes.
I had chicken fried steak.
Oh, I got distracted. You missed it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Thank you. I got distracted because of all the shenanigans going on in here tonight.
Yeah, everything I'm not supposed to eat, I had tonight, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Awesome.
There you go.
Awesome. And Steven had, you missed it. He went to Buc-ee's and had this amazing, he had a brisket sandwich and just showed us all around Buc-ee's. And if you've been to Buc-ee's, it's pretty cool.
Is that a local deal, or is that?
No, it's
primarily
not local.
Texas.
It's kind of like it's not only Texas, is it?
It's primarily Texas.
Okay.
Like I said, there's one in Calhoun, Georgia. There's
Okay.
one in Daytona Beach is opening.
Okay.
That's what I saw on their webpage.
Okay. Well, it's pretty awesome. It really is. Buc-ee's is awesome. I've been there before. Steven, thank you for the review of the brisket sandwich.
He's not listening to you anymore.
We lost
He's
Steven.
mad.
Yeah.
Steven's eating brisket.
I want to thank all the ladies for showing up and showing that we know our football stuff.
That's right.
My goal is to get more and more women getting in here and showing you guys that it's not,
Oh, I agree completely. I agree completely. I mean, I'm serious. The more the merrier, because the comments are always, I think, better, and the boys behave better. So, so yeah, and want to say this between Steven, who apparently is not there to talk right now, and Teresa and Matt. You never know what's coming down the pipe. We will see, guys. Miscreants in chat, pay attention, because who knows what's going to happen with you guys. Absolutely. And we'll see. All right. So, guys, thank you for coming.
All right. Well, have fun.
Have a good one.
Have a good night.
all right.
Good night. All right, Teresa, thank you. And guys, this has been a fun show. We had a lot of we had a lot going on, mixing it up a little bit with Steven there, but it was a good time. I appreciate all you guys in chat. I am serious, big time. And the fact that the ladies showed up tonight, you guys came strong, and I appreciate that. Thank you. All of you there, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Please tell people about what we've got going on here at Bucs Report and here on What's Cooking in the South, because it's a big, big deal to us. That helps us a lot. We put a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of work into this. And the thing that makes it work is you guys. Thank you, Carrie. Carrie also out there doing this. Holy cow, man. You guys came between Teresa as the head miscreant herself, and Carrie and Willow and Pamela. This was a good night. I appreciate you guys so much. Please hit the share button. Please hit the like button on whether you're on YouTube, Twitter, it doesn't matter, wherever you're at, and tell people about this. We are here on Tuesday nights now at 8:30. That's where What's Cooking in the South is. It's the intersection of food and football and fun. And I really want to keep this thing going here like it is. It's been growing, and it's exciting and a lot of fun. Here on Facebook, here on YouTube, here on Twitter, so much going on. Bucs Report, we've got news articles every day that are coming out on Bucs Report, different shows that are on every day on Bucs Report, new shows coming. The old shows are growing. It's been one thing after another, and it's because of you guys. And I know that the miscreants drive this thing. All of you guys drive this. You really, really do. We sit up here and do all the yapping, but it is not about those of us on here yapping. It is about those of you in chat. And I promise you, we know that. Okay. That is, you guys are all very, very important to us. Miscreants rule. Every frickin' one of you. So thank you guys for being here tonight. The only way to end this thing is just by saying simply, go Bucs.